If there is one thing I need you to understand about me before you continue following the channel or decide to follow the channel, I hate unattractive people. I hate looking at them. I hate that they exist. Okay, I will spread so much hate towards them. All right, so feel how you want to feel about it, but you have to know that that's me. And look, I try to be super tolerant, resilient to like the thing in my head that just tells me they're all bad and that they need to get away. Okay, need to be eradicated, not in a violent way. Just like maybe like put on another, like put them all in Australia, you know, then take the attractive Australians out of there. Actually, bro, there's so many unattractive people. Give them. Is it racist if I say give them Africa? Look, here's the thing. I don't mean give them Africa as far as like, oh, it's just Africa. I mean like give them Africa in the sense where there's enough space for all of them there. Like, Africa's the largest continent, is it not? Or am I tripping? And then, because here's the thing, I would settle for a land that was just mids and attractives. I'd be okay with that. I'm like if the worst that I'd have to look at would be a mid person, no problem there. But you're gonna look me in my handsome face and tell me that I unironically have to share land with the undesirables? Come on. Okay, but don't get it twisted. Okay, I'm not like a bad person with it. Like I think they're okay, like that, you know, like they can exist. Okay, I'm not a eugenics guy. Like I get eugenics allegations all the time. I'm not a eugenics guy. Now, however, I have asked myself, do I think just in just a magical world, do I think they should be able to reproduce? Okay, and the conclusion I came to was yes. Okay, because sometimes unattractive people can come together and make an attractive person. Sometimes attractive people make an unattractive person. There's no like there's no real, from a genealogy sense, I feel like there's no real trend in that to the point where I could justify two unattractive people not mixing it up. Because the thing is, being unattractive, I don't think it's about being unattractive, right? I don't think it's about you have bad features. I feel like it's your features simply don't match. Like I feel like there's features on someone where, oh, this is a bad feature. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this person's eyes look horrible. But then on someone else with just different facial features, the eyes would look good. So it's like, it definitely not a eugenics guy. I feel like even if I was pro eugenics, it wouldn't make sense because it just wouldn't work. Okay. So don't get it twisted. I promise I'm not like a bad guy with it. Okay. However, when I see evidence, clear proof that unattractive or mid was hyped up, I lose my mind. Obviously, I'm not going to show you the video, right? Because I'm not, now again, see, I'm not into just calling people unattractive, but I will say, someone who was a bit lackluster, there was a video where basically they were talking about the kind of person that they wanted to date. They had a lot of opinions on it. Now, here's the thing. I feel like it's okay to want to date a particular kind of person, but it seemed like that person didn't know that they don't necessarily have the option. Then I thought to myself, why do they think they have the options? And the reason is because people out there keep hyping up mid, and you have to stop hyping up mid. It's the most, hyping up mid is possibly the worst thing going in the world right now, even worse than the tariffs. I don't think a lot of you understand the damage that hyping up mid has on the community. Because again, like that person, they have very strict dating preferences. And you know what people see who aren't mid, who are above mid? They're gonna be like, bro, like even subconsciously, like, bro, I look better than that person. And if that person has these kind of standards, man, like what am I looking at for real? And then boom, they raise their standards, okay, into an unrealistic place even for them. So then it puts people in this weird spot where it's like I can either lower my standards or the other person has to step up to the plate and do things that aren't really reasonable of them. But one day I saw this one post, she said something like, oh, like a man, like he only wants to spend $150 on a date, like where are we going? McDonald's? And she did not look good, bro. She did not look good. With all respect to her, she did not look good. I was like, she's capping. Like, what is she doing? Then I went through her page. Lo and behold, she was on some fancy date. Had posted up. She was in, I don't know, some super nice car. Some man did it for her, okay? And honestly, no, oh my gosh. She had this other post too where like she had a bad date and then like someone asked her about it and then like she literally like posted like a picture of the dude. Not a looker. See, and that's where the problem comes from, okay? And that's another problem I have with the undesirables, the facially challenged, aesthetically disadvantaged, aesthetic poverty, you know, a bunch of synonyms for it. Look, attractive people who hype up mid, I'll get to that in a second. But the thing is, when unattractive people hype up mid, it's because I understandably so understand that they feel like there's nothing they can do about it. They feel like they have to hype up mid, otherwise they're going to go through life unpartnered up. And my thing is, and again, like this is not like as far as like the, oh, should unattractive people reproduce thing. It's more so a skill issue / natural selection, I think. Like if you as an uggo, right, want a mid, okay, you want to go out of your league and get a mid by hyping them up and thinking that they're an attractive, you're messing up the game. Okay, you're screwing everything all up. People talk about like hoflation, heightflation. You're lookflating right now. You're lookflating right now. Okay, and the thing is, lookflating. It's not. We have people of a certain tier, okay, thinking they're on a different tier than they actually are, okay? And people are being gaslit globally into believing it. The shit I've seen hyped up is unbelievable. And I will say this one thing, okay? I remember, there's this basketball player by the name of Angel Reese. And I'm telling you this right now, I have no opinion on Angel Reese's looks whatsoever. Zero opinion. However, I will say, when people are like, Angel Reese is so fine, they're showing a video of her in a bikini, a picture of her in a bikini, her like, basically, they're talking about her buns. They're talking about her body, how fit she is. And my thing is, if you're going to argue with people who say someone is chopped and be like, no, they're so fine, that's such a baddie, and then just show body, doesn't look good for your argument. And again, I have no opinion on it. I've seen it happen to other women who like people would deem are conventionally attractive, but like same thing happened with Sexy Red. People are like, oh, she's chopped, and I will say, I absolutely do not think Sexy Red is chopped. I think people are tripping with those allegations. But anyways, recently she took some selfie. The camera was like up here above her head, right? So the angle showed some of her chest area and it was a bit revealed. Okay, so it was kind of like a gooner angle, so to speak. And people were quote tweeting the image like, oh, I see the vision now, I see the vision. And it's like, bro, you don't see the vision, you just see titties. Like, what are we on, bro? Bro, especially someone like Sydney Sweeney, bro. Sydney Sweeney gets hyped up to God knows what. But every picture I see where they're like, oh, she's the most beautiful woman in the world, that's all they care about, bro. The body. Like, y'all gotta stop letting bodies fool you. And I shouldn't say fooled, right? Because I'm not saying that these women are chopped, but I'm saying fool you in the sense where it's carrying them to a level that you wouldn't put them at originally. And because it's like there's a lot of women that y'all do this to, where the face card is good. Like, you don't have to show the body every time. Y'all are out here taking the face and the body and making it one equation. You know what I mean? Like, you should, like, when you're like, oh, so and so is actually fine, you should just be you don't have to post a complete body shot of Angel Reese or Sydney Sweeney or Sexy Red, like the ones I named. Like, literally just show a shot of the face where it's a good picture and like, oh man, like y'all tripping, she's actually fine. And it's like, that could do the trick, bro. But instead, people are so focused on the body. Here's the, I'm not gonna lie, bro, not with who I'm talking about, bro, but there are certain people where they were glazing certain individuals, or these are like non-famous individuals, glazing bodies, but not because the bodies were good, but just because it was being revealed, bro. Y'all are gooners. Y'all are horn dog. Like, there are some men out there, some of you, some women too, as a matter of fact, where if a woman is showing some skin, regardless of her body type, you're gonna be like, oh, that body's crazy, because you have no standards. Okay, you have no standard. And this is not me saying that you should body shame or you can't be into what you're into, but I'm just saying, like, let's not call something it's not. Some of y'all just like women's bodies, you know, and that's okay. That's valid, you know, but you don't have to go around saying, oh, this is such a great one. Like, this is the best of the best, when you know it's not. You know what I mean? Because now everyone's all confused. Everyone's confused as to what not only being attractive looks like, but what a good body looks like. And you saw it happen to men, okay? The dad bod craze. Ooh, I want a dad bod. And bro, when I tell you, I remember when I was playing football and they're trying to get me to gain weight, and I wanted to maintain my cunty figure, right? This dude told me, this white dude, he told me, chicks want something to cuddle with anyway. And I was like, the fuck did you just say to my face? And he said, the chicks, they want to be able to cuddle you. They want something to grab onto. And I'm like, nigga, they can grab onto this dick, this penis, this genital. Okay, look, don't play with me now. Don't. This is not a game. Okay, you're gonna sit here and try to tell me that they want titty? they want titty to grab onto? No. And here's the thing. If they do, it's not even conducive to my operation and what I got going on. Like, if they want titty, I'm not giving it to them, bro. Like, it's not. If they want belly, I'm not giving it to them at all whatsoever. I remember one time this dude, bro, I was in high school, yeah, and he said he wanted my sister's face on his stomach, and I was like, that's so disgusting, because he had a gut, right? And I'm like, bro, like, for one, I didn't really know what was happening there. Like, is he saying he wanted like to put his meat between my sister's chest and then like lay on her face? Or did he, or is it more of like a sweet thing, you know, like he wanted her to like lay her head down on his stomach? But he sounded like he was saying something like freaky when he said it. I didn't really understand what he meant though, but I was really grossed out though because of his stomach. Wait, I'm not gonna lie, is this like a problematic video? Am I tripping right now? Whatever, I don't care. But anyways, it's like women were hyping up the dad bods. Okay, hyping up the dad bods. And okay, and here's the thing. Are there women who are into dad bods? Sure, they exist. People are into anything. There are all sorts of. Is chubby chasers an effective term? Is that an offensive term? Am I like tripping right now? No, no, no. I'm good. I refuse to be censored. Okay, but like, you know what I mean? Like chubby chasers of all sorts exist, so it's absolutely a thing. But when we talk about the mainstream body type, I feel like dad bods aren't there. And that doesn't mean it's bad if you have one. It just means you got to find someone who's into that sort of thing. But I feel like personally, something that women have gotten right. I think if you're in that in-betweener stage, right, where you're not quite fit, but also you're not quite dad bod territory, they don't have too many comments for that body type. You know what I mean? Like they don't say too much about it, right? Now, and again, because again, you don't gotta shit on a body type. Like you don't gotta be like, ugh, pu, this is disgusting. But it's just, you know, if you have an image, go to that image, right? Like being in between is a bad spot to be in. Okay, that's why I gotta make sure I hit the gym. Okay, maintain what I need to maintain. But I feel like men, on the other hand, god damn, is this problematic? I don't care. Men, on the other hand, I feel like they're so horny that they hype up everything on the spectrum, like throughout the entire thing, which I guess like historically for like how women have been judged by their bodies is good, but like, you know what I'm saying though. You know what I'm saying? It's like if we're gonna put this much value on body, where we're talking about how attractive someone is, you know, a traditionally face card, and then we're gonna show the body, and we're out here just like saying like like everyone gets a participation trophy, everyone gets a blue ribbon, like, you know what I mean? Like this is the problem. We got a lot of really, you know, aroused men out here gassing certain people up and raising the standards. So then certain people who aren't as gooner focused are gonna look at these standards that certain people are presenting and be like, that's kind of crazy. And the thing is, you yourself, as the person who is lifting those standards by the glazing, you're making it harder for yourself. Like you truly are. Like I remember I saw this dude. He was like, he made a post. He was like, bro, like, you know, having a girlfriend, it's something about like being used for your money, right? Like, oh, it's just an expense. And I remember I looked at dude, right? I looked at dude, like I looked at his count, and he was like ugly. And I was like, okay, so there's no way he was with someone really attractive. So I'm like, whose fault is that? That like someone who's not attractive is expecting that from you. It's yours. It's yours as men's in general because we're hyping it up. And women do the same thing. Remember the medium ugly craze. The medium ugly craze is literally hyping up mid. It's unequivocally hyping up mid. Like that is the original hyping up mid. Medium ugly. And then have the nerve to complain. They'll get on the internet and they'll be like, man, these medium ugly guys, they treat us the worst. They have such big egos, big heads, blah, blah, blah. Little do they know, like I had to be convinced into dating them. Whose fault is that? Stop dating ugly people. Like if you're going to complain about them being ugly after and complain about some ego that you gave them by saying that you prefer them to be ugly. Like I just don't. Again, society creates its own problems. Like we've seen male celebrities hyped up for how it's perceived that they treat their particular women. So it's like it goes both ways. You know, a lot of men, like they'll hype up a woman's appearance because of how her body looks, or even just if she's like revealing with that body, even if it's not the best one in the world. And women will hype up men due to how they treat their partner. And us as a society, not remembering that the face card is the face card, and the face card alone causes these problems where these particular people, again, are hyped up by people who are either gooned out or insecure in their treatment in their relationship. So some people are scared of actual attractive people. True story. I remember I had this girl who was my friend, right? And basically she was talking about some dude. She was like, oh my gosh, that's such a beautiful man. And then I was like, you want me to like put in a good word for you or something? And she was like, no, like I could never date him. I'd be so scared. He's just too attractive. Like, legitimately, like, that's something a woman has said to me. Okay. And the thing is, I know that sentiment is not loaned to her, because I've heard other people say similar things on the internet. I've seen dudes say, bro, they're like, yeah, bro, you don't want a 10 out of 10. You want like a 7 who you know is really gonna lock in with you. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, dude, I would slap someone if they said that to me to my face. You know, given I wouldn't deal with any sort of legal ramifications or physical. Like, I definitely wouldn't want to slap someone and it turn into a fight. Like, I'd want it to be a thing where it's like, fuck you talking about, and then we just like keep going, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of want to like bitch him in that moment. Not every physical thing has to be a fight, bro, because I'm trying to think, if it was a situation where I said something I remember someone's mom slapped me, bro. I remember this dude's mom slapped me and I was like, you gonna handle that? Okay, because basically what I was saying was, I was in high school. I was talking about what would happen if I got someone pregnant. My mom was there, my friend was there, my friend's mom was there, and my other friend was there. And then I was like, man, if I got someone pregnant, da 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 da. My friend tapped me, not the friend whose mom was there. He tapped me. He's like, hey, leave the mom. And I was like, oh yeah, I absolutely would leave the mom. She walked up to me, my friend's mom. I'm looking at my friend. I'm like, you're gonna let that happen? You're gonna let your mom put hands on me and not do something about it, not step in? Now, I'm not saying he has to hit his mom, but I'm saying he should absolutely reprimand her. Look, she slapped me because I said something provocative, okay? But this is the world we live in, okay? Like, someone's got to be provocative, otherwise nothing will go down, nothing will happen. All right. So if my friend said something that was just a little bit provocative and my mom put hands on him, I'd be like, hey, Joyce, what was that? You think that's funny? Like, you think that's cool? You like physically assaulting my friends? Was that something you enjoyed to do? How would you feel if someone slapped your son? Oh yeah, also my mom didn't do anything. What was she talking about? Bro, me and her had to talk about that in the car. I was like, Mom, you did not just let that woman slap me. And she was like, oh, well, you know, you said the thing about abandoning children. I was like, bro, who cares? Who cares? You let her put hands on me, Mom. Me and my mom, our relationship has never recovered from that moment. I'm not gonna lie, especially if you disrespect me as a mother, and your kid is my age, I'm gonna have to do something crazy to your kid. Because when I tell you, I've always, just so you guys know, in case you can't tell, I'm a little bit psychotic, just a little bit. I remember one time I was playing basketball. See, I'm very good at coming for the loved ones. All right, because it's not the same. Like, someone does something to you, and then like you just do it back to them. Yeah, like you get, it's tit for tat. Okay, people understand that. But when you do something to a loved one, people don't recover from that. I remember one time I was playing basketball. Okay, this was also in high school. There was this dude, he kept talking shit, he kept talking trash, okay, on the opposing team. Kept saying all sorts of stuff to us. And it's like, okay, bro. Okay, relax. I saw he had this little friend on the team. Little friend, he was talking to him, and much shorter. His friend's a guard. He was more of probably like a power forward character. No one was really tall on their team, though. He was one of the taller guys. But anyways, yeah, he kept talking, right? I don't remember what he said. It wasn't the N-word. We were black school, so we usually came into that problem a lot. But it wasn't the N-word. He was just annoying, right? So I remember, and you know, of course, getting like physical in the post. Me, I suck at basketball, so I'm only good at defense. But anyways, his friend, the guard, was coming down the lane, right? Was going for a layup. I Draymond Green this nigga on God. I was like, ugh. Like I jumped up. Ugh, boom, elbow to the head. Okay, I got ejected out the game. Bro was freaking out. Bro who was talking to stuff. He was like, oh, like he was trying to posture as if he was tough. I was like, man, bro, like it's not gonna happen. Like look at your comrade. Look at your fallen comrade. Okay, that's because of you. That's because you're talking. And that's exactly why. That's why you'll notice on Twitter, bro. If I get into it with someone, I'm going for the family instantly. Okay, I'm instantly talking about your relative. If you got someone who bro, that's why if someone passes in my life soon, I gotta be careful. Like, I genuinely have to be careful. Because the thing is, I deem for it to be okay. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, if you're coming after me unprovoked, like, I didn't do anything wrong. Now, if we're just having a mild disagreement, like, if I'm like, J. Cole sucks, and someone's like, no, he's good. But if someone says something about me, like, you, Bryce, you're this, you're that, and you got rip whoever in your bio, I'm talking crazy about whoever. I'm talking insane about whoever. Like, bro, I remember one time I got into it with this dude on Twitter, and basically, I forgot what it was about. He said something like homophobic, right? And then I looked at his profile, and there was this woman as his header. And I was like, that's why your girl's ugly, blah, blah, blah. He's like, what girl? I was like, the girl in your header. And he was like, that's my dead sister, actually. And I was like, oh, lucky her that she got to die so she didn't have to deal with you anymore. And I just kept talking crazy, bro. I was like, bro, don't you have better things to do? Don't you have to mourn your sister right now? And I remember he said something. He was like, oh, yeah, you know, when she was alive, like, we talked about your content, how corny you were. I'm like, bro, I don't care. I think I don't know if I said this. I think I might have said she still probably would have let me hit. I'm not sure though. I got to be careful though with the they would let me hit thing, because it's a sister. I don't know how old she is. Obviously, I don't want to imply that I would sleep with his minor sister, because that's obviously a place I wouldn't want to go to. But yeah, I'd be coming for people for stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'd be going for families. My favorite thing to do on Twitter is someone says something and then I mention sleeping with their parents in very vivid detail. I always do this with men because they get very uncomfortable and like thrown off guard by that, and it just makes me feel good. They never know what to expect, okay? Because people see like they're like, oh yeah, moms, they're off limits, but like, bro, like, because in person, if we're arguing, yeah, like if I say something about your mom, a lot, I don't know why, but a lot of people are weird. Like they probably try to punch me in the face, but we're online. What are you gonna do besides get mad, bro? That's why I talk crazy online. I remember this one dude. He was like, don't let this internet stuff make you think you can't get touched. What? Like, bro, you're not gonna send your shooters to where I'm at in order to get me over some Twitter stuff. And I think, bro, dude, I think bro's from Atlanta. I was like, bro, I'm not going to Atlanta, bro. Speaking of Atlanta, having hoes in Atlanta has to be some of the scariest shit ever, bro. It's a wasteland over there. You don't know what's what. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I've had suburban Atlanta hoes, but like Atlanta hoes, dude, I wouldn't trust them as far as I can throw them. You know what I mean? I feel like they were just smashing around, just doing whatever. Just because Atlanta seems like a wasteland. No disrespect to Atlanta. Atlanta seems like a great city. The Hawks, the Falcons. Atlanta seems so cool. The South, I love Georgia as a state, but I would not trust an Atlanta hoe whatsoever. I could live in Atlanta, bro. Oh man, bro, if I lived in Atlanta, I don't know if I would even date. I'd be worried about getting set up. What if I get backdoored? Like, I don't think y'all understand. Like, here's the thing. People talk about dangerous cities. Detroit, Michigan. Flint, Michigan. I'm from Michigan, by the way. Chicago. But when I tell you, no state scares me more, city, than Atlanta. Because what's going on there? Niggas over there be wearing like Amiri jeans, bro. I can't. My brother wears Amiri jeans, and that's why me and him don't talk for real. I could never feel safe in a city where Amiri jeans are so normalized. And it seems, bro, from what I see about Atlanta, bro, it seems like it's just always night over there. Like, what? Like it just seems like Gotham, not Gotham City, like not that dark, but like maybe a mixture of like Metropolis and Gotham City. If there was some sort of like crime fighter in Atlanta, I would believe it. I would absolutely believe that. Like, it just makes sense. But anyways, back to the main point, okay? Hyping up mid. All right, again, when you hype up these mid people, it gets their heads inflated, and that's not what you want. Okay, that's not what you want to know. Like, I saw a video of this girl, I actually like stitched it today, where she was like, oh, like it's like the most average looking men that like treat me so horrible. And it's like, do you know why you're in that position? Because you keep going for average looking men. Like, an average looking man knows now that he can get another one of you. You know what I mean? If you feel like you're so desirable. Because y'all gotta understand, bro, like there are certain people where you see like how they have it and it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain like times you see people post like, oh, well, this is what my dating experience is like, da, da, da. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, like I completely get it. But then when you see the uggos join in, oh no. No. Like, every time I see an unattractive person have standards higher than their looks, it's my own personal 9/11 every time it happens, okay? I'm scarred. Because it's like I'll see them, they'll talk about their standards. I'm like, who is doing this for you? Like, who is helping you achieve these goals? And the thing is, okay, I feel like more unattractive people hype up mid, but when attractive people hype up mid, it can be so much more impactful. You know what I mean? Like, it does a lot more because people see like, oh, this attractive person's saying something like this to me. Oh, this attractive person's treating me this way. Again, inflated. Like, when I tell you the amount of women in my early college years that I was kind of like entertaining because they were just there, but like I never would have actually like gotten with them in like a long-term romantic sense, that their heads ended up getting blown up because I was like just there for so long. You know what I mean? And this is a very serious note. Like, their mindset went to the logic of, oh, well, he's been talking to me for this long, so he must like me. You know what I mean? So it's like, I can definitely like find a way to get him into a relationship if I shame him enough. And it's like, no. Okay. And it was just annoying for me to deal with. Okay. That's why when you're dealing with the mids, when you're dealing with the averages, you got to know when to bow out. Okay. You got to know when to be like, okay, I bid my farewell. It's enough. Or we're cutting it right here. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I wish ugly people could just tell each other. I wish they could be like, hey, I'm not the best looking. You're not the best looking, but you're better looking than others I could achieve. And that's why I want you. And that's why I love you. Will you marry me? Bow. Perfect relationship. Okay. And it doesn't damage society the way hyping up mid does. And the example you can see of like hyping up mid going wrong, and not even in dating, is J. Cole. J. Cole, I feel like a mid artist, but he gets hyped up so much that now people hate him, and it's even worse. So it's like there are some of these mids out there where it's like this is just like kind of like a mid person, but then it's like they've become the worst ever because they have the mindset of an attractive, and it's just you don't want to deal with them. It's horrible. You hate to see it. This is the kind of shit that pains me, dog. It'd be keeping me up at night. Legitimately, like I was up at night thinking about it. I didn't want to record last night for whatever reason. Wait, what was I doing? Oh no, I was so tired last night. So did it keep me up? My point is, it keeps me up. Okay, clearly I have a lot of energy thinking about it. All right, it's a major problem. Like we have to stop with the foolishness. So anyways, that's it for the main portion of the video. I really spoke from the heart. This video, like when I tell you, it came out of my chest. I don't even remember what I said, but like I just remember I felt so convicted saying it. Speaking with conviction. Unless I said something really problematic, then that's not at all what I meant. Don't cancel me. Just trying to think if I could get canceled. Because I feel like I might face fat phobia allegations. But here's the thing about my fat phobia allegations. I'm not fat phobic, okay? I just think they're tiers. They're, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to explain what those tiers are, but you know what I mean? Okay, I'm keeping it very real with you. I think the peak human form as far as attractiveness is when someone's in shape. Right? That's my personal opinion. If you disagree, I accept it. Okay, that's how you know I'm not fat phobic. I accept your disagreement if you do disagree with me. But I think when someone's in like peak physical condition, it's like the same as having clear skin. You know what I mean? So I get, it's like, so when people, I'm not gonna get to what other people say, but you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's the same as having clear skin, very healthy hair. You know what I mean? Like I feel like when you're completely in shape, you're firing on all cylinders. Not that there's anything wrong with not being in shape, okay? Plenty of times throughout my life, I've been out of shape. I feel like I'm out of shape right now. You know, it just happens, okay? And being out of shape doesn't make someone unattractive. However, I do think, I am of the belief that being in shape is the best shape. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a problem if you're not in shape. It's completely okay. But like when people hype up, when people are like, oh, this is better than being in shape, I just bad an eye. I'm just like, you know. But, you know, again, the main point of that was people shouldn't use bodies to uplift someone's face card, right? Because it's about the face card. When you talk about attractiveness, you're talking about someone's face. Okay, body isn't in there. Body is a completely separate argument, and body much more fluid. If you like this body more than that body, it's whatever. But you get what I'm saying, though, dog. It makes sense. You locked in. You feel me? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that's about it. Okay. I think I cleared the fat phobia allegations. What do you think? State of affairs? Dude, WrestleMania's today. Well, day one's today. I wonder if Monday I might make a WrestleMania video, depending on how WrestleMania goes. But I'm super excited to watch it. When I love watching the PLEs. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Gonna have a little watch party with myself, chilling. I'll probably, I don't know, might play like Marvel Rivals while I'm watching it, or brainstorm videos, or all three. But yeah, super excited for that. Super excited that you made it to this point in the video. Thanks. I appreciate you. Anyways, yeah. Thanks. Like, comment, subscribe, everything I have to say. And, oh yeah, I'm sorry for everything that I have to say. And I love you. Okay? Have a great day, night, evening, morning.